Today's video, I'm going to be going through why doing online challenges or group challenges or low ticket offerings, coaching, programs, etc., is the number one worst thing to do as an online trainer, and why it will keep you broke. Now, it is a pretty common thing that someone, when they go online, they think, I could just do cheap, like a program and ebook, or like a one-size-fits-all training program or whatever it might be, and I'll set it up on autopilot and I can get 100,000 people buy it and it all works on its own, and I won't have to do any servicing to the clients, and I'll just have this amazing business and I'll become rich and I can retire in the Bahamas somewhere sipping cocktails while the system just does all the work and services all the clients. Now, first and foremost, where that usually comes from is when you see massive influencers who have like 10 million followers on Instagram or whatever it might be, and ultimately you see that and you see and you think that's successful, that person's successful, and so you go, well, that's got to be the way to become successful like them. Now, first and foremost, one of my first online fitness businesses, I partnered with a lady. She was absolutely amazing. We grew an amazing business together, and we did low ticket. I think it was $100, $150 for a one-size-fits-all program. And she had, at the time we grew it to like 4 million, 5 million followers on Instagram. This is kind of when Instagram was just starting up-ish, and the business was extraordinarily successful. We did about $3 or $4 million a year. Extraordinarily successful. It was a great business. I sold my portion. I exited out of that. Now, and now part of the business sold to Reebok. Now, this was many years ago. This would have been about 10 years ago, maybe more. And the algorithms are completely different. Back in the day, you literally, if you were Instagram famous back in the day, any post you did, you got on this thing called popular pages or something like that. And so every time she did a post, she would get an extra, no matter how good the post was or whatever it might be. If you were big already, you would get onto this thing and everyone was looking at it, everyone was following new people. There was no algorithms. Every time you posted, every single one of your followers saw your post at the top of the page, and so on and so forth. So it was easy to grow accounts, and there was no algorithms. So every time you posted, all your followers saw everything you did. And so you got massive reach for free, right? You grew rapidly for free, and you had massive reach for free. We also did advertising, which helped amplify the growth as well. And it was a good system. It was a good structure, but I ended up selling out of it, and the business is pretty much sold now. As I mentioned, I think it's sold to Reebok, because the algorithm started to change, right? And that style of business no longer worked. Now, even in those early stages, people would see the success of our business and be like, oh, I've got to do that. I've got to get heaps of followers. But she got on it so early that it was so easy to grow to like 2 million, and then it just multiplied from there, right? Today, it's almost impossible, right? I'll repeat that. It's almost impossible to grow a large following. And second to that, right? Many years after that, I had a lot of people come to me and say, Chris, I know what you did in that business. I've also got a big following, but I can't make more than $1,000 a month, right? And I'm doing the same thing. And I was like, yeah, algorithms have changed. The amount of people who come through to me and are like, Chris, I want to build my online fitness business. I've got 400,000 followers, 1 million followers, but I just can't sell anything. It's because it doesn't matter how many followers you've got these days. The algorithm's changed so that people only see your post if they're engaged, right? So you can have, like, I've literally had people who had Facebook followings before that of like 800,000, 1 million. And they were lucky if they made like $1,000 a month, and they were posting all the time, doing all the work on it and just scratching their head because algorithms choked the reach, right? They would have like 1 million followers and they would post, and like 100, 200 people, 300, 400, 500 people would see it, right? all of the rest of the million were disengaged, and so they didn't see the post anymore, right? The reach was choked, and that's what algorithms do. They show only to people what's relevant and what they're interested at that given time. If someone disengages and doesn't look at your post for like a week, they'll generally never see your post ever again, even though they follow you, right? That's algorithms. You have no control over that, and they only get tighter and tighter and tighter. You're probably seeing this happen more than ever ongoing. Like you might be like, oh, I used to post and I used to get a certain amount of likes, certain amount of followers. I used to get some leads. And now when I do the same thing, even though I've got the same followers, it is a ghost town, right? I get hardly any likes, any comments, any leads, so on and so forth. It's because the algorithms, right? It's only getting harder and harder, right? The algorithms now generally only favor those who have huge followings already, right? And I'm talking about huge. And the smaller people, they just choke the reach more and more because they're trying to get you to use advertising rather than free reach. Now, so low ticket used to work. It was amazing. If you try and mimic that these days, you won't be able to grow like they used to. And the people that you see now who are huge got in at those early stages. And second to it, right, it's hard to grow. And second to that, even when you do have a big account, the reach is a lot smaller than you think, right? So if you're starting out and you've got less than like 50,000 followers, which is, I'd say 99.9% of people, do not think, oh, I've just got to get it to a big following and then I'm going to be rich and it's going to be easy and I'm going to sell low ticket programs, right? Now, low ticket is only there for like celebrities, right? Who have so many people that follow them, and selling, a $50 product or $30 product 100,000 times can work, right? And they don't want to service the clients. They want to do one size fits all, so on and so forth. Now, if you aren't a celebrity, it's not going to work for you, right? You got to think to yourself, if you've got like 500 followers and like 50 of them see your posts and you sell a $50 product and 10% of that 50 buy, that's 5 people, all right? 5 times $50, it ain't much money, right? And the most important thing, it's not just about the money, but you need to earn a certain amount of money in any business to be able to put more time and energy to it, right? If you've got a job and it pays you $5,000 a month and then you try and start a business on the side and you're not able to get that business on the side up to or above $5,000 a month, then all your energy, all your time's always going to go what earns you the most, your job. And so you're going to set this thing up, right? You're going to launch it. It's not going to make much money. You're like, I know I need to do more work, but I can't find the time and energy because it's not helping pay the bills, not helping keep the lights on. I did all that work. I made $250. You just can't put more time to it. It can't get more oxygen and energy because effectively you need to put your time and energy to what is paying the bills, right? So the most important thing for a online business, right, an online coach or a newish business, is you need to go from zero to a good earning as fast as possible, because then that allows you to put more time and energy to it and pull away time and energy from your other stuff that you want to move away from, right? Like if you've got a job you don't like and you want to create a business so you can go to that and quit the job you don't like, the new business needs to go from zero to a certain income as fast as possible so that you can hand in your resignation to the job you don't like and then put all your time. Like if you were only able to put in part-time energy to your new business, as soon as you hand in your resignation, you can put in full-time energy. And more energy, more focus means it's going to grow bigger and faster, right? But if you have, in that example, a full-time job and it earns $5,000 a month, and you put half your energy and time staying up all night, work on this new business, and after a month, it's only earning you like $100. After a month, you're going to be exhausted, and you're going to go, well, I just need to sleep a bit more because I'm exhausted, and this thing's not earning me enough. And then it's just going to be like, I'll get back to that when I'm ready, when I can, right? And then it just dies because it doesn't get oxygen and energy, and it needs it to grow, right? Anything good needs time and energy. So low ticket sucks for that reason, because you need to get so many customers and clients to make it earn enough so you can put more time and energy to it, right? And unfortunately, unless you have a monster following, you're a celebrity with massively engaged, huge reach, it's impossible to make work, right? So that's why one-on-one high-ticket coaching is the only way to go, because it's the fastest way to go from zero to a certain income, so that then you can allot more time, energy, and funds to it, investing to it, to allow it to then double, triple, quadruple, right? And then that's when you can move away from the thing you're doing on the side that pays the bills that you want to get away from, to putting more time and energy into what you want to grow further, your online fitness business or your online coaching business, for example. So high ticket, let's just say, for example, you're charging $1,500 per client, right? And go back to the previous example. Let's say you have a job that earns you $5,000 a month, and that's what you need to pay the bills, right? If you get 4 clients, just 4 clients, and you charge them $1,500 each, that's $6,000, right? That's more than your other job. And then that'll give you the confidence, the income, and the ability to go, I can start pulling back from what I don't like and putting more energy and time to what I do like. And then, of course, if you put more time and energy to the thing that you've just scaled from $0 to $6,000 in a month, it's going to grow even further. And it's going to grow even further and grow even further. And then effectively, you'll be able to get rid of the thing the business or the job you don't like, and put full-time energy and focus to the thing you want to grow even more and you do love. So it'll grow even further, right? So it's obvious, right? It's not rocket science if you just think about it from that format. So it needs to go as quickly as possible from ground zero to a certain income, right? It's not all about money, but you need it to be at a certain level to allow you to transition part-time, full-time, whatever you want to do with that business. Again, hopefully that makes sense. This is why group challenges and low ticket one-on-one will keep you broke, keep you stuck, and high ticket one-on-one is the only way to go from there to there as quickly as possible. So do not fall into the trap of trying to do group challenges, which are very time consuming as well, and low ticket stuff, and push towards the high ticket one-on-one. If you need help with that, reach out. Be more than happy to help. Chris@tribefit.co, that's .co, or you can check out our website, tribefit.co as well. That's it from me. Bye for now.